Hey guys, this is Gabriel Roberts and Roberts Bushcraft. Today, going to be doing quick little first impressions of my Danner USMC hot weather rat boots. Now, rat boots are they're just, ubiquitous now with the United States Marine Corps, of course. And it's just a rugged military boot. Rat actually stands for rugged all terrain. And I've only had these for about a week. I've been wearing them a lot, just trying to break them in. And I wanted to give you guys a quick overview. Just kind of showing you some things I like. And, I was about to say things I don't like, but there's really not a whole lot that I don't like about these boots. I mean, well, let me just describe them to you. So, of course, just looking here, you've got a suede here. You've got a little bit of some kind of a softer nylon material right here. You've also got a reinforced toe and a reinforced heel. Now, all of that combined creates a really nice, rugged boot, in my opinion. Very comfortable boot. And one thing that jumps out to me that I absolutely love about these boots, just number one, the look. I mean, these things just look like something that Captain America would be wearing. It's just, they're so cool looking. But along with that, they feel as cool as they look, if that makes any sense. You've got this big, thick sole, this Vibram sole. Now, apparently, you'll see 360 there. I guess that's supposed to give you pretty much all-around solid grip on the ground there. With these little knob kind of things, I guess. So, now these soles are, of course, glued, but they're also stitched. So one of the neat things about these Danner boots, you can have them sent in and repaired. So eventually, if you wear these enough, your sole will be worn down. And what you can do is send these into them, and they'll glue on a new sole, which I think is pretty neat. So you pretty much have one pair of boots that can last you forever. Every single piece on this is replaceable. So anything that's stitched, you can send in and they can replace it. Now, I'm sure there's a charge that goes along with that replacement, but it's neat to know that it can be done. One of the things that stuck out to me is that the toe is stitched up here at the top. It's like a double stitched, because of course everything is stitched, but this goes all the way through. Not exactly sure why that is. I don't know if they had an issue with that separating or who knows. But these boots, of course, have the drainage holes here on the side. One of the things, and I'll show you the tag here, that I love. So you'll see that these are 12.5 width men's wide. Now, the wide, that is the part that I love about these. Danner offers a few different selections for your width. We've got a regular, slim, and a wide, I believe. And the wide, I've always had to get longer boots because I needed a little more room in the toe. Or, I always had to try to find to fit the right shoe or the right boot. And it never quite worked right. I don't know. Even the wides that I've had in the past were just never, either they were way too wide or I don't know. They just didn't fit right. But these Danners, these fit me perfectly. What I don't like on a boot or on a shoe is when your toe closes off so tight around the toe of the boot closes around your outside toes, kind of making your foot cup at the toes. And I don't like that because your toes are all scrunched together, and it just doesn't feel good. But having this wide shoe has a wider toe on it. And that just makes it, in my opinion, all the more comfortable to wear. Now, these things are really neat. When you tighten these things up, this is one of the things that I noticed. It's after you can reach down. So I'll try to demonstrate what I'm saying here. Let's say I've got my foot in the shoe right now, or in the boot right now, and I've gone through and I've tightened each one of these up. Once you get to this middle grommet, to me at least, from what I've experienced in this first week and a half or so, it almost feels like this middle grommet here locks in everything you've already tightened. So then from there, you just pull up and it tightens the rest. So that middle grommet feature is pretty nice in my opinion. And just from what I've been able to experience, I feel like that helps in keeping this tight, and then being able to tighten this up to have an overall really nice snug fit that is really comfortable on the trail. Now I've been wearing these around town, at church a little bit, out doing some yard work. As you can see, they've already gotten a little dirty, but just doing stuff like that, trying to break them in, trying to get a feel for the boot. But honestly, guys, this is one of the boots that I feel like almost doesn't even need a break-in period. These things are so comfortable right out the box that they're just perfect. I mean, there's no other way to describe them. They're just a perfect boot. So you'll notice here on this flat surface, or relatively flat surface, that up at the front here, the toe of the boot, it's actually kind of raised up. Now you'll see this is obviously higher than the heel. Now I don't know if this is why this is constructed like this, but here's what I've been able to gather. From using these things for this past week, I've noticed that having this toe higher than the heel, see that's kind of angled upwards, I have not tripped at all wearing these boots. Now again, I don't know if that's, I'm not normally a clumsy person. Normally I feel like I'm pretty well with balance, but I haven't tripped in these. And I feel like it does have a little bit to do with this toe being raised up. I feel like it just you know, if you think about it, you're dragging your feet along, you naturally wouldn't get caught under something if the heel is higher than, I mean, if your toe is higher than your heel. So, you know, you got a little space there. And I like that, actually, I really do. I didn't like it at first. I was kind of like, you know, what in the world? But I started wearing these and I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Or also, another thing that I was thinking of, you're hiking up hills. This might make it a little easier just on your feet, on your ankles, on all that. Already having a boot that's kind of angled upwards a little bit for when you go to make those steps. Just a little thought there. So what I actually wanted to do now is bring in two pairs of boots that Dad and I both have worn over the past couple of years. More like 4 or 5 years. So, well, first I'll showcase mine. So these are the Bates combat boots. These things are, well, let's just say well worn. You know, they've come apart on me. But I've gotten many miles out of these boots. These are absolutely ragged out, as you can see. Gotten a lot of use out of these things though. And I really just wanted to bring these things in just to give a quick comparison to the boots that I'm discussing now, the Rat boot. These, of course, are the first iteration of what the Marine Corps used. Well, actually, I believe it was the Bellevilles. But the Bates were in that first kind of lineup for the combat boot, kind of the modern combat boot as we see it here. These things are absolutely amazing. I've worn these for many, well, not many years, a few years now, and they have served me well. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that right out of the box, I thought these things were really comfortable when I got them, and they didn't take any time to break in. Really, I hopped right into them, and they've been, you know, feeling great ever since. But I will say, these things, even though I thought they were comfortable, they don't even hold a finger towards the Rat boot. The Rat boot is just so insanely comfortable right out of the box. It's really just crazy. Just to think about how comfortable that boot is without even having really broke it in. So these boots are mine, and I've gotten a lot of use out of them. And Vibram sole, as you'll see there. It's a good boot. It's a very solid boot. And if you're wondering, I would definitely buy these again. Love this boot. And it has served me well. Now, these Bellevilles need to be cleaned up, first off. But they also feature Vibram soles. As you can see, it's a little bit of a different kind of suede material here. Now you'll notice these boots all have the leather, nylon kind of mix right here. All these boots feature that, and I like that a lot. Another thing that I like is that they pretty much all feature the same drawstring, or the same shoestring there. It's just this kind of nylon cord that doesn't have a whole lot of stretch to it. Really good stuff. This is actually a steel toe model, and these have served well, Dad and I both very well. These were Dad's to begin with, and then he kind of well, if you ask him, they're still his, but you know, I've been using these. They've kind of migrated their way over to my file, but really love these boots. Really just wanted to bring you guys in though to be able to see these as a little bit of a comparison to the boot that I'm looking at now. Now you'll notice right off the bat here, they don't have reinforced toes or a reinforced heel like the Rat boot does. That's one big knock on them. Now another thing that I've noticed, normally what I do is I tie it up at the top and then tuck the excess laces in. Now what I've noticed is on these boots, it would kind of pinch me wherever I put the lace in, and eventually I would just get used to it after hiking throughout the day. Same thing with these. But for some reason, and it's something that they've constructed up here, just how they've constructed it, it's not extremely tight around this top lip. So when you go to tuck your excess laces in, it doesn't hurt and it doesn't pinch. This is just such a nice boot. And I hear people, I've seen people talk about these boots on YouTube and the price. You know, people have said, I paid $350 for these boots and I love them and I would definitely do it again. You know, I paid just under $70 for these boots, brand new, in the box. Found them on Facebook Marketplace, and for that price, I would 100% buy a second pair of these. Really would like to get a Gore-Tex pair. Now, of course, this is the hot weather boot, so I do want a Gore-Tex pair. But when thinking about price, would I buy these brand new for $350? You know, me, I believe I would. Now, I haven't worn these very long, so I don't know how well the soles are going to hold up. I don't know how well the toe, the leather, all that mess is going to hold up. But just right out of the bat, the comfort, little to no break-in period, and just the look of these boots, guys. The overall fit, finish, feel, everything is perfect. And I've watched a few reviews. Some guys have knocked the price of these things. I can't even knock the price because for what I paid for these, the guy pretty much gave them to me. So honestly, guys, I'm just in love with this boot. It is, as of right now, my favorite boot in my collection here. Now you'll see right behind me here, we've got the USMC chest rig. That's another video coming up soon. Wanted to let you guys know that. But there you have it, guys. A quick little overview of the Danner USMC combat boot. Rugged all-terrain. Rat hot weather boot. Good stuff. Alright, folks. Make sure to drop a comment down below. Hope you have a great day wherever you're at. And as always, defend the weak. Fight for what you love. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. And God bless.